everybody, I'm here with Boone. He's like, you don't have anything. Giving him pieces of banana. It's one of his favorite snacks. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to hear more about spirit-guided holistic health for pets. Turn on the bell, all of that. And so this first one, what I'm going to do is just talk a little bit about the energetic power that we give to the word cancer. Real quick, this is how it starts, because it gives me chills, honestly, to talk about this. And right away, Spirit started to show, I'm going to sound woo-woo here, but I'll just say intuitively what comes through from Spirit for, that sounds even more woo-woo. I'm going to tell you what has been shown. I don't know how to not make this sound woo-woo. Cancer, right? Cancer, cancer, cancer. I say the word, people cringe. There's this energetic thing. Our society collectively, or even humanity collectively, has given this intense power to this word cancer, and it drives fear into us. This guy, I didn't even want to say the word when he was diagnosed with cancer. Part of that is because I do not fully subscribe to much of the Western medicine concepts of health and the body and all of that. So that was some of it, but also I just realized it's so scary what we think cancer means. And so that's where unpacking that a little bit, it's what we think cancer is. We're giving so much energy to this word. So if you have a loved one who is diagnosed with cancer, immediately our energy we start putting towards that is fear, panic, dread, sadness, grief, anger, all of these really heavy emotions, counterproductive to everything. Now, I'm not saying don't feel those things, right? Feel your feelings, move through it, but take away that immediate sense of dread as soon as you can, because there is so much that can be done for what has been labeled as cancer. So again, the term cancer and what Spirit is showing, huge conglomerate, kind of amalgam of things, of conditions, of symptoms. So we know just generally what it is. We all know this at this point, right? It's cells that are reproducing in not a natural way. We're getting unhealthy cells that are breaking down, cells that are reproducing in an unnatural way. Again, all of this is natural, but it doesn't need to be happening, right? It's happening because there's an imbalance in the system. But so cancer, the word is scary. What does it mean? What's happening? What is he actually experiencing? What are our loved ones experiencing when they have that? Maybe what are we experiencing if we have it? Cells are doing what they do not do in a healthy state. Leave it at that. So then what can we do about that? Let's return our cells, our body, to a healthy state. His body to a healthy state. Again, this guy, I can't remember if I said that real quick, stage 5 lymphoma diagnosis, prognosis was 3 weeks, we're 3.5 months out, he's getting healthier and healthier and healthier. But so taking some of the fear out of that diagnosis, it has become such a fear-based thing. And I think that I don't want to go into, conspiracy theories or any of that. We know that medicine is for profit at this point. Healing isn't always at the forefront in some of the things that are going on. So take a breath, take a pause. Remember that some of these really, really powerful healing remedies that are out there are not being publicized and not being pushed because it's hard to make money off of them. That's I'm just gonna say that, right? Because if we can get to the root that food is medicine, food is so healing, food is so powerful, things created naturally on our earth by whatever, however far you want to go, has a divine consciousness. So a big thing in cancer, shifting up what we're putting into our bodies, what comes into this vessel. Cancer means that something in our body is out of balance, out of whack, levels are not where they're supposed to be. And I'll do another one on this, but to simplify it, cancer generally, if not always, I have never not seen it, is happening in an acidic environment. So how can we get the environment where these cells that are not behaving the way we would like them to behave, how can we get that environment more alkaline? How can we cool it down? Cancer, scary word, is an environment that is acidic and it is hot. So we need things that are alkaline and cooling, okay? This is not just woo-woo spirit girl, right? This is very science-based. Go research this. If you are terrified of cancer, somebody you know has it, you have it. Take some of the fear out of the word, knowing that there is so much you can do. So much that you can do for this. A huge part of it is going to be natural remedies. Go to fruits, go to veggies, go to herbs, look inward, right? Go for some spiritual things. See, emotions have an energy. Emotions have a pH balance. You're going to be like, what the heck? The further we go into this, the more you're going to understand that you can have toxic, acidic thoughts, toxic, acidic memories, right? Our thoughts are powerful. And so how can we use our thoughts to create an energy that creates an environment that sustains a healthy body, creates a healthy environment? How can we cool things off and tip the scales the other way, right? So in this cancer disease, all the air quotes, there is this environment where there's this cascading effect of things getting worse, right? That's where we see that decline in health and more symptoms coming up with time. So how do we switch that around and get to a new pattern in our body, start building momentum the other way? And a lot of that is with food. So I just wanted to do one real quick on the word cancer, the energy we give it. And very few people even know what it is, other than it's like these unhealthy cells, it's breaking down what's happening. Even a lot of medical professionals, like, why is it happening? Why do people get cancer? Well, there's so much debate on this topic, right? We know, again, obesity and cigarettes and some of the really big, scary toxic poisons we know in chemicals and all of that. But outside of that, why are so many people having this imbalance? And I just want to, like, one of the first step with Boone is that we had to chill out. Realize that, I mean, like, he was sick, right? And stage 5 lymphoma, right? We've heard these words and it's like, oh my gosh, he has no time left, right? He's on a he's coughing right now. I have him on a what do you call it, an expectorant herb to get some of these fluids off of him. So this is awesome, right? This is one of those things where sometimes we see these symptoms that look scary and it's like, oh my God, he's coughing. That's so natural. This is his body trying to get rid of these toxins, get rid of this like heavy, sticky gunk that is in him. And we need to not be so fear-based when we're looking at our health or looking at the health of our loved ones. And realize that we do have time, right? There were like 3 weeks. That's not much time. That was really scary. But we made time, right? We were like, we're just going to slow this whole process down. We're going to cool it down. We're going to make this alkaline. We're going to get to his root cause. If you hear the word cancer, you have that reaction, do what you can to do some self-soothing, research holistic and natural remedies so that you can start getting in your head that it doesn't have to all be this, immediacy and this, we have to start cutting pieces of bodies apart and cutting out organs. That's not always the case, and there are so many other approaches than chemotherapy and radiation and all of these things that are actually more harmful and more toxic to the body. And so cancer, scary word, fear-based state. Do what you can to get yourself out of that. Know that there are so many options, and you can work through it. And I do believe that we are meant to work through it. We are meant to find these solutions and return to a state of balance in our bodies.